This morning, the body of Queen Elizabeth II was delivered to Edinburgh Cathedral.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of UCentral News. I'm Jessica Morales.
And I'm Jocelyn Schifferdecker.
The death of Queen Elizabeth II has set in motion an intricate period of mourning, which will culminate with a huge state funeral on September 19th, honoring her lifetime of devotion and service to her country.
Today, Scotland honored her with a prayer service at St. Giles Cathedral. Riley Carlson is in London with more.
A service of prayer for Queen Elizabeth II was held at St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh Monday. Her son, King Charles III, and the Queen Consort were in attendance, along with other members of the royal family.
I think that it's important that we honour her as is due to our Queen. I think it's important that we reflect her life adequately.
King Charles had a full schedule Monday, starting at the Houses of Parliament. In his first address there as king, he vowed to continue the Queen's dedicated service to her people. He then flew to Scotland for a prayer service and a meeting with the Scottish Parliament. All along the way, he greeted members of the public who showed up to wish him well and offer condolences for the Queen. On Sunday, her coffin made its way from her beloved Balmoral estate, where she died Thursday, to the Capitol. An honor guard and military band led the procession.
She's the only queen I've ever known. I mean, I think she's done really good for us.
It's just probably something quite historic, like she's been through quite a lot with the country, and then probably not going to see another queen again in our lifetime.
In London, I'm Riley Carlson.
Governmental offices and businesses across the OKC metro area began flying their flags at half-staff last Thursday with the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. They continued over the weekend in remembrance of the victims lost during the 9/11 World Trade Center attack. Yesterday marks the 21st anniversary since that fateful day. And UCO students share their responses with us regarding the Queen's death and King Charles taking the throne.
I'm really sad about it, actually.
So it's a lot of mixed feelings from everywhere.
Like getting rid of like an old, like racist, colonizing, like old lady.
But it's still like, she was a grandma, she was a mom. She ruled for like 70 years.
It's very tragic.
It's an end of an era.
It's really sad.
And just a reminder, the Queen's official funeral will be 1 week from today.
President Joe Biden announcing a major goal today to cut cancer deaths in half over the next 25 years.
The Republicans and Independents can come together and do some big things. This bill includes something I've believed in for a long, long time. ARPA-H, an advanced research project agency for health.
It's called the Cancer Moonshot Initiative. President Biden explaining at the John F. Kennedy Library in Boston today, also marking the 60th anniversary of JFK's famous "We Choose to Go to the Moon" speech. The, quote, cancer cabinet the president put together has laid out 5 key priorities, including closing the screening gap, understanding and addressing environmental exposures, decreasing the impact of preventable cancers, bringing cutting-edge research to patients and communities, and supporting patients and caregivers. Cancer is the second highest cause of death in the country.
President Biden announced a 3-part plan to forgive some student loan debt and assist federal student loan borrowers. Here's what we know so far. Repayments on all student loans are to resume January 2023. Loan forgiveness and debt cancellation is targeted for low and middle income families. To be eligible, a student's annual income must be below $125,000 for an individual or $250,000 if you're married. Students who received a Pell Grant are eligible for up to $20,000 in relief, and students who did not receive a Pell Grant are eligible for up to $10,000. A new income-driven repayment plan is being created to reduce future monthly payments for lower and middle-class borrowers. Many students on campus will be affected by the new loan help. Some are excited, others have questions.
President Biden just announced is going to help a lot of students out. It's going to give a lot of like kids my age and the kids before me, or just the middle-aged people right now, they can kind of actually focus on the future instead of paying all these debts off. And it's wrecked a lot of people's life, and it's affecting a lot of people's future and where they want to go. So I'm very excited that it's going to give relief to a lot of people.
So I do think that the loan forgiveness goes both ways. One way is beneficial for some people who have $100,000 in loans that they have to pay off. Then on the other side, that some people have no loans that they paid off over the course of their 4-year career in college. And so I'm interested to see what Joe Biden does, whether he does forgive all the student loans or that he keeps it down to $10,000.
I am from Korea, and there is the same service in Korea too, but I think it should not be happen mercilessly, but I think someone needs student loan service.
So I just think it's a really good idea. I feel like this is going to help a lot of students like continue on with their future, and then they won't have to worry about like paying back all of their loans. So I'm really happy that it happened because it's going to help a lot of people.
If you have questions, go by the UCO Financial Aid Office to get more information.
And it was a gorgeous September day today as temperatures began to drop yesterday.
UCentral's Amber Poston has a look at these cooler temperatures coming up.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Broncos, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Amber Poston here with your weather. We're looking at our numbers today. It is going to be 81 degrees outside. Now, if you were to step outside over the past weekend, you had that beautiful cold front as you got a break from those higher temperatures that happened throughout the weekend, or the weekday, excuse me. But you have these beautiful temperatures that will be coming in through today and a little bit of the next week. Looking at our temperature right now, it is feeling like it's 80 degrees outside, but those temperatures may be changing throughout the week. Looking at our weather headlines, we're going to be seeing some consistent temperatures throughout the week, so no more cold fronts coming in for quite a while, but we will be seeing some pretty good temperatures that will be coming in. Cooler nights will be coming in tonight and throughout the weekend and throughout the week. That we'll be seeing those numbers throughout this week that we'll be looking into. And today our national holiday is National Encouragement Day. So if you have a friend or a family member, don't forget to encourage them. Looking at our statewide map today, we're seeing a bunch of 80s, which feels great for the summer that we are feeling right now. Bunch of 81s up in the north, and some 88 in Guymon, and some lower 80s throughout the south that we'll be seeing more throughout the week. Tonight we'll be having a 65 degrees, and it will feel quite great outside. You may want to take a break outside if you want to take a breath, take a little bit of a breather. If you're stressed from homework, it will be great to take that break. And we are having a low chance of humidity. It will be feeling like 34%, which isn't bad for Oklahoma. Our statewide map tonight, look at these temperatures. These temperatures look absolutely incredible. More 50s up in Kansas and some lower 60s down here. But we are seeing this number right here in Idabel, which is 52 degrees. So Idabel, enjoy your night. And Oklahoma City is in 65. Tomorrow, those temperatures in the 80s will be gone. We'll be seeing some 90s throughout the state. 92 in Oklahoma City and 92 in some higher mixed 90s throughout the bottom of the state. And Idabel, we are seeing 88 and 93 up in Ponca City. Today, if you took a step outside, it felt gorgeous out. It was 72 degrees outside, and right now it is 81. So it still feels pretty nice, but it still is more on the warmer side. And tonight it will be 65 degrees tonight. Looking at our weekly calendar, we'll be having these numbers jumping back into the 90s. So enjoy your day today. Enjoy that walk. Enjoy whatever you like to do. Enjoy those temperatures. But it will be a little bit hot, so don't forget, if you burn easily, bring some sunscreen. Back to you.
Thanks, Amber. And UCO students paying it forward to a local firefighter, and some Oklahomans' favorite time of the year is coming this week. It's all coming up next.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back. A local park will be renovated soon. Our own Jocelyn Schifferdecker has more information.
This park directly behind me is the second oldest park here in Edmond, Oklahoma. This is Stevenson Park, and it was founded in 1836. Over the next couple of weeks, this park will be undergoing some major renovations. The city says they hope the renovations will bring once popular events like concerts and movie nights and make them a part of this park's story again. The city of Edmond held their groundbreaking ceremony earlier today for the renovations that will be taking place at Stevenson Park over the next couple of weeks. The current playground structures are old and don't provide the level of safety anymore that they should. The city says they have a plan to preserve the history of this well-known park.
Know that the Parks Department spent a lot of time thinking about how to save some remnants of it, and the rock bridges that came from the 1930s are being maintained. And so we love the fact that we'll still be able to see some new parts of some old parts of the park, and yet enjoy the new ones as well.
The iconic rocket ship playground structure that was added in the 1960s isn't going anywhere. The slide will be taken down and put in the Edmond Historical Society Museum as a permanent exhibit. The rocket ship structure will continue to stand in the park's permanent landscape. Renovations to the park include newer playground equipment, a grand pavilion to hold events, additional parking lots, and more. The city said that the park's renovation should be complete within a year. And the UCO Office of Diversity and Inclusion is inviting the Central community to the dedication ceremony of the UCO Indigenous Peoples Garden at 2 p.m. on September 16th at Buddy's Lawn. Attendees will learn about the importance of the garden as well as the meanings of the plants and flowers in the garden. For more information on how you can get involved, visit the UCO Office of Diversity and Inclusion.
And a group of students whipped things up on campus for charity. UCentral's Ashley Brown has more information.
Near Bronco Lake this afternoon, a campus fraternity hosted an event to raise funds for the Edmond community.
Yeah, so we're here with the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity, and we're doing Pi a Pike trying to raise money for local firefighters. All of the proceeds today go to benefit local firemen in our Edmond area.
The fraternity seemed excited to help raise money for local firemen. They did run out of whipped cream at their event and clean up their area shortly after. From Edmond, Oklahoma, this is Ashley Brown, UCentral News.
Thanks, Ashley. And the Oklahoma State Fair is returning to the fairgrounds this Thursday, September 15th. Tickets prior to the fair's opening are $8 for adults and $4 for children. Once the fair opens, prices will increase to $15 for adults and $8 for children. Gates will open at 10 a.m. every morning for guests to enjoy live music, rides, games, and of course, all that famous fair food. The fair will be in town until the 25th.
And coming up, UCentral's Brooke Niver previews our first look at Bronco athletics this year and wraps up an intense week 1 of NFL football. Stay tuned.
Back and change it all. I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Welcome back. I'm Brooke Niver with your sports update. This past weekend, UCO football had their first home game against Emporia State. Quarterback Stephon Brown had an impressive game with 103 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns to go along with 1 passing touchdown in the fourth quarter to Nasir Kemper. Defensively, linebacker Connor Johnson leads the team with 13 tackles after 2 weeks of play. And defensive end Noah West leads the team with a sack in each game so far. It was a great comeback victory against Emporia. Broncos win 21-13. UCO is back in action this weekend at Missouri Southern. UCO soccer has been exceptional so far. They are going strong with a 5-0-1 record. This weekend, UCO tied with Northeastern State to end their 5-game winning streak. Coach Cook said, "We're pleased to get the tie when we were down late, but we still feel like we should have won." Cassidy Collins tied the game with a penalty kick in the 84th minute. UCO has 2 games this week against Rogers State and Northeastern State University. UCO volleyball is on a roll. They are currently 12-0 while sweeping teams back-to-back. 3 UCO players had double-digit kills Saturday against Missouri Southern. Sydney Huck led the kill stats for the night with 20, followed by Kenna Karp with 14 and Mallory Cohen with 13. Lindsay Horan had her season high of 56 assists and 13 digs and 4 kills. This season has been the third best start in school history, following the 2015 and 2016 seasons. Now let's talk about professional sports. NFL kicked off with a very chaotic week 1 that featured several upsets headlined by the Chicago Bears beating the 49ers 19-10 and the New York Giants beating the Tennessee Titans 21-20. The Sunday slate was finished off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeating the Dallas Cowboys 19-3. The game was not the only thing the Cowboys lost on Sunday. Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott is expected to be out for 6 to 8 weeks because of an injury to his throwing hand that needs surgery. A great week 1 wraps up tonight. Monday Night Football kicks off with the Denver Broncos visiting the Seattle Seahawks. Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson will be taking on his former team for the first time since being traded to Denver this offseason. Kickoff is at 7:15 on ESPN, and that game will wrap up the first week of the NFL season. That's all I have for your sports update today. Don't worry, you can always check up on UCO athletics on our website, broncosports.com. Have a great rest of your day, and remember, roll Chos. Back for more after the break.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt,
Such a weirdo.
excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back.
Those temperatures today were almost perfect, Amber. I'm really hoping that they're going to stick around, but I have a feeling that I'm not going to get so lucky.
Sadly, Jessica, those temperatures aren't really going to stay. We are seeing some beautiful temperatures right now. Looking at our statewide right now, we're seeing a bunch of 80s throughout the state. 82 in Oklahoma City, 81 in Miami, and a bunch of 80s throughout the state. Lower 80s and great feeling temperatures. Tomorrow, though, those 90s will be back. I'm sorry, Jessica. Those 90s will be coming back, and it will be hot, so be prepared. 92 in Oklahoma City, 95 up in Guyman, lower 90s, and up in Altus, it is 96. Looking at our weekly map again, 92, 91 throughout the week. Some lower 90s, but get ready for that Sunday. It is going to be hot and warm. Enjoy your 81 today, guys. Back to you.
Guess it's not time to put those shorts up quite yet, Amber. And Apple has released the new iOS 16 update today. The download enhances iPhone with all new personalization features, deeper intelligence, and smoother ways to communicate and share to other iPhone users. You can now make your lock screen more personalized by showcasing some favorite photos, customizing your font styles, and setting the widget display to get information at a glance. And that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us on this first show of the semester. I'm so excited to be back.
Me too.
Can't wait to see you guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a great day.